This is 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you. Please subscribe, click the bell for notifications, hit the like button, and stick around after the break. We'll tell you how to make sure we never get canceled. I'm Derek Gilbert with 5 things you need to know for this Wednesday, December 4th, 2024. Item number 5 again today is Hunter Biden. He's the gift that keeps on giving for those of us who need stuff to talk about 5 days a week. The full unconditional pardon that President Biden gave his son Hunter may not be the gift that Joe Biden thinks it is. I said yesterday that the pardon might have been Joe Biden's way of making sure that he and James and Jill, the family, doesn't face any legal jeopardy in the years to come. However, that's not how a pardon works. Longtime viewer, good friend, retired prosecutor, thank you, John, let me know that there is an aspect of this full unconditional pardon going back to 2014 that I had not considered, and that is this. Since Hunter Biden is no longer in any jeopardy for being prosecuted for anything he might have done, anything that we know he did, anything we think he did from January 1st, 2014 through this past Sunday, he is no longer able to claim or invoke the Fifth Amendment if he is prosecuted by, say, incoming Attorney General Pam Bondi or any special prosecutor that might be appointed and approved by the Senate the way that's supposed to be, unlike the way Jack Smith was put in office. In other words, since he can't incriminate himself, he can no longer refuse to answer questions. And if he does, he could be cited for contempt, he could be cited for obstruction, that sort of thing. Or if he answers the questions, then Joe, James, the rest of the family could be in jeopardy. Now, I fully expect a pardon for Uncle Jim because he appears to have been partners with Hunter Biden in the money laundering scandal that was revealed on Hunter Biden's laptop that Joe Biden's Department of Justice was forced to admit in court was legitimate, okay, not Russian disinformation. Republican-led House committee, in case you missed this, because the news didn't really report it all that much, the Bidens and their business associates took in something like $27 million in overseas business deals in recent years. However, none of the Biden family members have ever registered as a foreign agent as required by law. So, again, the full unconditional pardon, as frustrating as it is for those of us who want to see justice done, as frustrating as it is for Democrats who recognize now that Joe Biden's been lying to them for the last 5 months about the pardon, again, there may still be another shoe to drop from all of this. Topic number 4, South Korea. What happened in South Korea over the last 48 hours? President Yoon Suk-yeol declared emergency martial law at 10:30 p.m. on Monday night. That's local time in Korea, citing the need to protect the country from North Korean communist forces and anti-state forces and to rebuild the country and to prevent it from falling into ruin. This is the first time martial law has been declared in South Korea since 1980 when there was a military coup following the assassination of President Park Chung-hee. After the news broke, police vehicles surrounded the National Assembly building. Dozens of armed soldiers entered the building. Martial law commander and Army Chief of Staff Park On-soo issued a martial law proclamation number 1, declaring that all political activities, including the operations of the National Assembly, which is South Korea's equivalent of Congress, local assemblies, political parties, all were prohibited, absolutely outlawed. Now, despite that, around 1 a.m. Korea time, early Tuesday morning, the National Assembly passed a resolution. 190 members out of the 300 were present, so they had a quorum, and they voted 190 to nothing to reject the president's declaration of martial law. This included many members of the president's own political party. So as a result, Yoon lifted martial law. Now, this is a big deal because South Korea's economy is the 12th largest in the world, the 5th largest in Asia. It's a major player in things like electronics, the automotive industry, companies like Hyundai, Samsung, LG, big players around the world, semiconductor manufacturing. So again, what is going on here? During his term so far, Yoon has been using lawsuits, state regulators, criminal investigations to restrict speech that he declared misinformation. mainly aiming this at news organizations. This is similar to the way the Biden administration and the Obama administration before it targeted news organizations that didn't follow the narrative, tried to shut down social media outlets that didn't follow the narrative. Again, misinformation is in the eye of the beholder. And this may have something to do with why President Yoon's approval ratings in the recent polls there in South Korea dropped to as low as 17% in November. When only 17% of the country thinks you're doing a good job, martial law seems like a better idea. Well, again, that's ended in South Korea, but we're keeping an eye on this because this took a lot of people by surprise. Topic number 3, Syria. Meanwhile, chaos continues in Syria. A lot of moving parts there. As you can see on the map on the screen behind me, the orange representing the area controlled by Syrian rebels. These are backed by the Turks, ostensibly, allegedly Turkish intelligence coordinating with the rebels. The area in red, Turkish military and Syrian rebels. So again, the Syrian government losing control of a big chunk of northwestern Syria. A lot of moving parts here. There are those who believe, on the one hand, that Turkey is trying to take more territory in Syria and weaken the Kurds ahead of Donald Trump becoming president and saying, hey, everybody settle down. On the other hand, you've got those who believe Turkey is collaborating with Israel to weaken Syria. I don't see how that goes since Turkey has severed diplomatic ties with Israel, but there are some who want to blame everything on the Jews. Anyway, Turkey is at the center of things in Syria, either way you cut it. The U.S. wants to keep its military bases, especially its big air base there in Turkey at Incirlik. The Russians want to keep Turkey as a friend, so they keep NATO ships out of the Black Sea, and also because they use Turkey to ship oil and gas through Turkey and then on to its few remaining customers in Europe. President Erdogan of Turkey gambling that he's so important to both Russia and the United States that he can play both sides against the middle. He's talked about joining BRICS, which is the economic alliance including Russia, India, and China. He also wants to remain a member of NATO, wants to become a member of the EU. He thinks he's the center of it all and is using that leverage to get what he wants out of Syria because he's got no love for the Arabs, the Sunni Arabs of Syria. And even though President Bashar al-Assad is not a Sunni, he's an Alawite, which is an offshoot of Shia Islam, no love for Assad either. There is a report that Assad has, through a back channel, through the Saudi government, contacted Israel and said, look, we'll kick out the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps if you'll help us. Bottom line is, and video has emerged of a U.S. Air Force A-10 Warthog running missions, strafing and bombing missions in eastern Syria. So you got the United States military on the ground there, the Russian military on the ground there, China saying Assad is our friend, we'll send troops to help if need be. This could be another front in the developing World War III. Topic number 2, the border. Trump is not even in office yet. And yet, days after Trump announced that Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum had agreed to stop migration through Mexico into the United States or face a 25% import tariff on all Mexican goods. Looks like President Sheinbaum has done exactly that. According to the Associated Press, Mexico has broken up 2 migrant caravans of approximately 4,000 people. Some of these migrants were bused to cities in southern Mexico saying, okay, you're back at the border, now get out. Others were offered transit papers, telling them they've got 20 days, essentially, to get out of Mexico. According to the report, the first caravan started near the border with Guatemala on November 5th, the day Trump was elected. It had made about 270 miles into Mexico after 4 weeks of walking. The second caravan was about 140 miles deep into Mexico, and that's where they were offered transit papers. You've got 20 days, get out. Again, Trump not even in office yet, but already it appears the border is becoming more secure. Coming up, Democrats totally tone deaf, not reading the room. I'll explain next on 5 and 10.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we need the grassroots support of our Skywatch TV family to help us get the Rescue Us series out to as many people as we possibly can. This information is being suppressed, deleted, deplatformed, taken down, and is way too sobering for most network television outlets. We need you to get involved. We need you to join us in the efforts to get this series in front of your friends, your pastors, people of influence in government, your communities, anybody and everybody. Help us share this series not only to illuminate the many, many ways that we're losing an entire generation of children to intolerable darkness, but also to assist in the raising of an army of God's people willing to stand in the gap for them. The Rescue Us series shows the viewer what can be done by absolutely anybody willing to say, "Yes, Lord, I will answer the call. I will intervene for those who have no voice and for those who desperately need help." And that's why right now we're asking you to stand with us. Ladies and gentlemen, we're proud to introduce the Rescue Us special offer. For your donation of only $49.99, you'll not only receive a copy of the entire 6-DVD docuseries Rescue Us that uncovers the massive crisis destroying an entire generation of youth, all while challenging each one of us to rise up for our nation's most vulnerable and break the cycle of abuse. But you'll also receive the brand new documentary, Rescued, Samantha's Story, where Samantha Orr personally takes you through her nightmarish childhood of unthinkable trauma and abuse to her total restoration in the arms of Jesus Christ. But friends, that's not all. Right now, while supplies last, we're also including in this special opportunity the 4-hour audio series on disc, The Hidden Occultism of Epstein's Orgy Island by the late Dr. Thomas Horn. Silent Cry, The Darker Side of Trafficking, featuring Yaku Bouillons, Ilanka Deaton, Dr. Thomas Horn, and others. And the major motion picture movie, Camp, on DVD, that showcases what God can do in the life of a child desperate in need of rescuing through ministries like Royal Family Kids and is inspired by true events. Sold separately, these items hold a retail value of $200. Yours now for your donation of only $49.99, which includes free shipping to all U.S. orders. But ladies and gentlemen, we are so committed to this message reaching as many viewers as is humanly possible that we want to equip you, our grassroots army of Skywatch TV friends and family members, with an opportunity to partner with us like never before. Join us in spreading this invaluable message through the Rescue Us Partner Pack, where you'll receive 5 copies of each of the items we just mentioned for your donation of only $165. That's right, when you order the special Rescue Us Partner Pack, you'll receive 5 copies of the entire 6-DVD docuseries Rescue Us, 5 copies of Rescued, Samantha's Story, 5 copies of The Hidden Occultism of Epstein's Orgy Island, 5 copies of Silent Cry, The Darker Side of Trafficking, and 5 copies of the major motion picture movie Camp on DVD. This massive collection of documentaries, audio series, and movies holds a retail value of $1,000. Yours now for your donation of only $165. With 5 complete copies of everything in the collection, that allows you to keep 1 for you and your family and 4 entire sets to share with people that you believe will also be inspired to stand up in defense of God's greatest gift to us, our children. Remember, your donation helps Skywatch TV continue to get this important message to the 4 corners of the world. You can also stream the entire Rescue Us series and or Samantha's Story right now at skywatchtvstore.com/stream. So act quickly. You can scan the QR code on your screen using the camera app on your phone for instant access to this special opportunity. Visit us at skywatchtvstore.com or call 1-844-750-4985 and ask for the Rescue Us special offer or the Rescue Us Partner Pack right now.
Item number 1 today, the Democrats not reading the room, and this may be part of their problem. Democrats getting some backlash on social media after Democrats on the House Ways and Means Committee, which is the committee of Congress that controls the purse strings for the United States government, they mocked people for complaining about the high price of eggs while retweeting a story or sharing a story. It's not Twitter anymore, so they're not tweets. Anyway, reposting a story from USA Today with the headline, "Shoppers spent a record $10.8 billion online on Black Friday. Up next, Cyber Monday." And the House Ways and Means Democrats replied, and here we were thinking y'all couldn't afford eggs. This appears to be an insult at people who are struggling because House Ways and Means Democrats, yes, the price of eggs is 30% higher than it was 1 year ago. Furthermore, the cost of groceries as a whole, 28% higher than when Joe Biden became president. You don't know that this $10.8 billion wasn't spent by the top 1%, those who aren't affected by a 30% increase in the price of their groceries. Read the room, people. House Speaker Mike Johnson posted, Democrats deleted this post. Americans have been struggling for 4 years to afford basic necessities, and House Democrats are mocking them. Talk about your all-time out-of-touch, disgraceful comments, end quote. Now, look, I'm not endorsing Mike Johnson or the Republican Party as a whole. Just saying, as a neutral, well, okay, I'm biased, but as a political observer, this is the kind of out-of-touch commentary coming from the left here in America that might just be the reason the entire country shifted to the right in the most recent election. Skywatch TV's virtual conference, The Resurrection War, is on now. You can get instant access in full HD to 24 presentations. Kenny C., our good friend Kenny C., brought together some really powerful voices, including Pastor Doug Van Dorn, Dr. Judd Burton, Vicki Joy Anderson, and Luke Rogers of the Blurry Creatures podcast, among others, for his presentation. Mine is titled The Resurrection War, which talks about the importance of resurrection, and I added a couple of bonus presentations. One called The Secret History of Israel, explaining how the modern state of Israel came to be. It's not the official story we were told, but it doesn't have anything to do with Jewish bankers or the Freemasons or the Illuminati, contrary to what you may have heard. Those involved in the story who wanted it kept secret are those who tried to prevent Israel from becoming a nation and those who tried to destroy Israel after it declared independence in 1948, including a future Secretary of State of the United States, a future chief of the CIA, and a future Vice President of the United States. That is part of the Resurrection War package when you take advantage of this. You can sign up now. Again, instant access, 90 days access to all presentations at defenderconference.com, defenderconference.com. This week on Skywatch TV, we continue our discussion of the 6-part docuseries, Rescue Us. This is why we do what we do at Skywatch TV. And this week, we hear from a young woman who, according to experts, suffered the worst case of abuse in the history of the state of Missouri. And yet she has been saved by grace. Jesus Christ has transformed her life and used Royal Family Kids, the ministry that we partner with at Skywatch TV, through Whispering Ponies Ranch to reach children at risk. Don't miss these programs. Take advantage of this offer to get this docuseries. Show it at your church. Show it to your friends. Show it to your family members. We cannot turn our backs on these children any longer. Skywatchtv.com. You can find all of our video content there. You can also watch it over the air. Our broadcast schedule, dates, times, networks, posted skywatchtv.com/channels. You can watch it right now on our Roku, Apple TV, or Amazon Fire TV apps. If you've got a smart TV with Roku or Fire TV built in, add the Skywatch TV app, add it to your set-top box. You can watch it right there. You can also watch it over the internet. YouTube.com/@Skywatch Television, Rumble.com/Skywatch TV. But we recommend getting our free mobile app. Why? Because when we post programs on this subject, the video sharing networks, you know the one I'm talking about, will cancel us. They've done that 3 times now. And it's because of this specific topic. They don't like this being exposed, whoever they is. Principalities and powers, I suspect. Anyway, if you download our free mobile app to your smartphone or tablet, whether it's iOS, Android, Amazon Kindle Fire, the content comes right to your device, bypasses the gatekeepers, and brings it right to you. We've got links to their app stores at our website, skywatchtv.com/app. You can follow 5 in 10 online at 5 in 10 on YouTube. Please, again, subscribe, share, click the bell for notifications, and also on X, formerly Twitter, at 5_in_10. this week, tomorrow. Beginning tomorrow, Sharon and I will be at the Prophecy Watchers Conference, the Branson Christmas Prophecy Conference. We'll be coming to you from Branson, possibly. Try to get another update done before we head out for the conference. But if you're not going to be in Branson, streaming video from Prophecy Watchers is available. Jonathan Kahn has just been added to the lineup. Jonathan Kahn, L.A. Marzulli, Bill Salas. I speak twice, Friday afternoon, Saturday afternoon. So please take advantage of that as well. You can find out more at prophecywatchers.com. Thank you for watching as we keep watch. I'm Derek Gilbert. This is 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV.